Do you always end up like this when you've got assignments due? Can't seem to break away that scrolling habit to make something useful of your life? Have an assignment due but can't stop scrolling on TikTok with your girlfriend? Well, I often can't resist the dopamine bursting allure of the internet too, and that's why this assignment still isn't done. But just when I was sinking to my absolute lowest, I thought, maybe there's another way. And that's when it occurred to me, I could make a Chrome extension which forces me to lock in. That way I can get my assignment done. So let's do it. My plan is to make an extension which monitors my browser tabs, and whenever I enter a no-no site, it punishes me. Now, if I was Michael Reeves, I would make it tase me every time I open Facebook, but since I'm not as sadistic as him, I'm just gonna make it spam hyped up motivation videos at me.
I don't do well in math, you're right! You ain't never studied!
Okay, let's actually start coding this thing. So I first trekked through the jungle of Chrome's extension documentation. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna read all that shit. So I watched a fuck ton of YouTube tutorials. So I learned to start up, I need to make a manifest.json file, which right now just gives a bit of general information like the name, and also gives a link to the HTML document for my pop-up. Now all I gotta do is code up a little HTML page, and then I import the whole thing into my Chrome. And now I can click this little extension icon, and she's working. Now let me code in a button so I can activate
Lock in
mode, do some magic JavaScript. Done.
Lock in mode activated.
Okay, now that the pop-up actually works, to get it to make me
lock in,
we need to make a background.js file and attach it as a service worker to the manifest.json. This thing's just gonna wait around 24/7 until I ask it to be useful. Sounds like a synonym for slavery to me, but as far as I know, AI doesn't have any feelings yet, so hopefully it didn't get mad about that. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell it to wait for a message from my pop-up page that the user's activated
lock in
mode. Then it sets lock in to active. Now that's happened, this function here, which activates when a URL is changed, won't early exit anymore. Instead, it's going to check that the URL you just visited isn't on the no-no list. What's the no-no list, you ask? Well, it's an array of all those bad websites which drain you of as many of the precious seconds you get in your life as they can, manipulating you to sleepwalk to your grave as they profit off of your increasingly monotonous existence, one ad at a time. Anyway, and then it's gonna get a random number and use that to get a video from my motivational video array. And which speaker did I use to help me battle my way through my assignment?
Who's that Pokemon?
David Goggins. His final evolution is an absolute unit, and with his infinite PowerPoint glitch for his running and pull-up moves, he's gonna push me through this struggle. So, using the URL for Goggins' video, I get the app to create a new tab. But I'm not gonna leave it there. I often listen to YouTube at a lower volume, but that's not good enough. If I wanna
lock in,
I need to hear David Goggins yelling into my eardrums until they bleed. So I added an extra script, which appends to the page and finds the video volume and sets that bitch to maximum. And to top it all off, I decided to add a blaring alarm to Pavlov's dog me into hating procrastination apps. To do that, I added an off-screen HTML file, which has a script to play a sound whenever a breach is detected. And with that, I just had to slap on an icon, and she was complete. Okay, let's see if it works.
lock in mode activated.
Okay, let's just look some shit up for my assignment. Yeah, we'll do some arrays. I need that for my upcoming one. Yeah, the cues and shit. Okay, man, so interesting. Alright, I'm bored. Let's see. I'm gonna go on Reddit now. And oh fuck, why it's making so many shit? Well, that didn't work. I realized that because YouTube is on the no-no list, every time it opens up a video, it's going to open up another video of the David Goggins tab based on that original tab, which is going to open up another video because of the mini tab, which is going to open up another video. Okay, that should fix it. It'll keep track of what tabs have already activated lock-in mode. Now that I can use this for real, this assignment isn't going to know what hit it. While at the start it was successful, soon I was back to my old habits again. The damn phone strikes again, and my mind was being infiltrated with more AI-generated cat content. So, I knew I needed to upgrade my system. I needed something to be watching me 24/7 and making sure I
Lock in.
So, my new plan is to build a Python program that runs on my PC. The plan is to use facial recognition AI to monitor my face and eyes. Then, whenever it detects me trying to get that ever so brief respite of a daydream or scrolling on my phone, it's gonna remind me to stop being such a piss-weak piece of shit and
Lock in.
So I thought I'd start off nice and easy, and I ended up with the world's sleekest, most minimalist UI. AKA, I don't know how to do design for shit, if that wasn't clear by now. Hang on a sec, let me tell you a secret, yeah. I got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. So, massive shout out to my boy here, who I basically copied line for line. Steal like an artist, more like steal like a programmer. But essentially, in my small brain understanding, what it does is it opens your video camera, then it gets this classifier, which is an AI model that was trained to detect faces and eyes respectively. Then, it reads a frame from your camera every second, converting it to black and white since that's what the classifier is trained on. Now, I can apply the cascade initialized earlier on my webcam video and have it return an array of all the faces it detects. Then, going through the array of faces, it creates a rectangle for each one at the position stored in the array, and then it draws it on the frame. Then, because eyes must be inside a face, it creates variables which contain only the face dimensions, one for a grey and another for a colour frame. The first of which is used for the eye cascade detection, and the second of which is where the rectangles get drawn. And now, finally, I can show the image. So I went to give it a try and... yeah, it didn't fucking work. Because apparently my 15-year-old webcam sucks ass. Stupid bitch. Oh no, my camera's broken now. Oh, 35% off? Don't mind if I do.
A few moments later.
See that, mate? Full HD. Yay, let's unbox this bad boy. There you go, that's how you do it. I'm professional. So that's my unboxing. Let's check it out. Hey, let's go! As you can see, it's working perfectly now. And now all I've got to do is add my Pokemon. I decided that because of last time's failure, I need a whole squad. Now I've got an option menu to choose who I want to bring with me. Let's go with Jesus Christ.
Lock-in mode activated.
So I've coded it to activate lock-in mode once it detects I've looked away for more than 5 seconds. Okay, let's give it a test. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I've now set it to stop execution once it detects a breach. Now that she's finally ready, it's time to finish this stupid assignment. It was working great. Lines were being done faster than an investment banker after he gets his holiday bonus. But then I hit a block. I was getting failed test after failed test, and I couldn't help it. I locked out. Fuck you. I fucking know, okay? Why has nothing I've tried worked? And that's when it clicked. Wait. I needed all of these heroes combining their motivation to create pure
Lock in.
essence.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
Lock in mode activated.
We need dentists, we need teachers. We also need fucking savages.
Lock the fuck in.
You need to lock in.
Lock in, pussy.
Locking in is the only way.
Why? Why can't I just lock in?
Breathe air.
Meditations 520. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way.
Wow.
Romans 5:3-4. We rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope.
You know what? I can fucking do this. We all want it, but we look for it in a comfortable environment. You will not find toughness in a comfortable environment. The only way you find it is to drown yourself in a position where you're just out of sorts, where you can't swim and you're drowning. You're drowning. And you say, you know what, ma'am? Dad.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes! Yes!
It's finally over. Ah, at least I can finally relax now. Alright. Fucking hell.